Hello. So I just wanted to make this video here to one, check in with you, and then also just go through some of the lecture material that you would have seen if you were in class. And really we only have a little bit of lecture today, and this is the lecture that we did on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we are doing an activity in class for the whole time that I'll explain at the end of this little video here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to be focusing on the economic impacts of this new exploration and then colonization, and the big economic system that occurs and that is going to be used throughout the world at this point in history is going to be mercantilism. And mercantilism, the goal of mercantilism is to have the most money. That is your goal, right? And how do you do this? You become self-sufficient. And you become self-sufficient by making colonies. Essentially what happens is all those raw materials that you need to then be turned into manufactured goods that you can then sell to other countries. You're going to get all those raw materials from your colonies, so you don't have to pay for them. And that's going to make you self-sufficient, right? The little cartoon that's down here, this is a really good illustration of this, right? Your mother country, being your European country, getting all of those supplies, all of those raw materials from their colonies kind of for free. They're just giving it to them, right? The other big key point of mercantilism is that you want to have a positive balance of trade, meaning you want to sell more than you're buying as a country, right? So you want to sell, you want to export more things than you're buying or importing, right? And that's going to give you then a positive balance of trade. If you had to guess, do you think that our balance of trade in the United States is positive or negative? If you thought negative, you're exactly right. This chart's a little bit old, it's from February of 2013, but pretty much the same ideas going on are still existing today. In the United States, we definitely buy a whole lot more as a country than we sell. So we have a negative balance of trade. And as of February 2013, that balance of trade is negative $43 billion. So mercantilists would not be happy with this, right? All right, during this time period, another big economic change that we start seeing is the inclusion of multinational corporations. And multinational corporations are businesses that do business throughout the world, right? Not just in one country, but in multiple countries. Our first multinational corporation is the Dutch East India Company, and they're from the Netherlands, right? And their business is to buy and sell spices. What ends up happening is we have more and more of these companies develop, and these European countries are then going to compete with each other for control of trade, especially in South Asia, right? India and the Spice Islands. That control of trade, if you control the trade in that area, you're going to control the money. When you control the money, you control a lot of the decision making. So that's very important here. We're basically going to see these companies, these European companies, control a lot of what's going on in South Asia during this time period. All right, so finally, we have the development of the triangular trade system. And the triangular trade system has 3 points, hence triangle, right? And we're connecting 3 parts of the world with the triangular trade system. We're connecting the Americas, North and South, Europe, and Africa. Coming from the Americas, we have those raw materials, right? So we have those things that are going to be made into other things. So things like sugar, tobacco, cotton, right? Those things are going to be shipped over to the Atlantic, over to Europe. And in Europe, those raw materials are going to be then made into manufactured goods, things like clothing, rum, guns, other products. Those manufactured goods are then going to be sold down here to the kingdoms of Africa, okay? And in exchange, Europeans are then going to buy enslaved peoples from Africa. Those enslaved peoples are going to be transported then over to the Americas to work on mines and plantations. okay? This leg right here between Africa and the Americas is called the Middle Passage. And the Middle Passage is very notorious for obvious reasons. This Middle Passage was an extremely hard journey, especially for those individuals who are enslaved. The goal of many slavers is to have basically as much product as they possibly can stuffed into the ship, okay? And with that being said, conditions are going to be absolutely horrible for those enslaved individuals. Estimates put that anywhere between 40 and 60% of those that start the journey from Africa do not make it to the Americas. And those that do are then forced into a life of slavery working on plantations and mines in the Americas. So very, very harsh conditions, and a very important thing to recognize here when we are talking about the development of the triangle trade system and that's kind of this development of colonization in the New World. Your homework that I'm going to explain here in a minute really deals with this Middle Passage here. And you're going to be looking at some different documents that deal with that. All right, so that is your notes. Like I said, we had very small amount of notes this week for World History 2. I just want to take a couple moments here to go over your homework and some other expectations here. And all of the stuff you will be able to find on Schoology in our Unit 2 folder. So take a look there when you're looking for this stuff, right? So your homework that was assigned on Tuesday and going to be due on Thursday. Obviously, you can get this done whenever you have time to get this done. But you're going to choose one of two documents. So in that assignment on Schoology, you have both documents there. You have Letter to the King of Portugal or Equiano and the Middle Passage. You are going to choose one of those two documents to read. They are both primary source documents and both dealing with the transatlantic slave trade. Both very interesting in my opinion, but I'm only making you choose one. So choose one, answer those questions, and then turn it in when you're finished. Okay. The other thing that we talked about on Tuesday is you will be participating in a Socratic seminar on Monday, October 18th. You will complete the virtual option for this, okay? So I'm not going to have any expectation that you're going to do the in-class discussion that your classmates will be doing, but instead you can receive full points for this doing the online discussion that'll be through Schoology discussion boards. Those discussion boards will be posted on Monday, the 18th. So just take a look there for that on the 18th, and you can participate via that online Schoology discussion and answer those questions there. The instructions for the Socratic seminar are posted in your Unit 2 folder, so take a look at that. And that's what you can kind of expect then on Monday when you're looking for that online discussion. And this is something that if you have any questions about, please let me know. You can email me, or I'll be having kind of open office hours after school on Thursday and Monday that you can come talk to me between 3:15 and 3:45. And you'll do that via the Zoom link in Schoology, which I'll show you here in just a minute. All right, on Thursday, we're going to be doing an activity pretty much the entire class on Thursday called Modern Native Americans. This is on a Google Doc, okay? And you're going to be using Newsela articles to complete that activity. So you're going to open the Google Doc and just follow the directions on that page. But you will also need to log into Schoology and to join our class in Newsela. So I'm going to briefly show you how to do that so that you can complete this Modern Native Americans activity. Again, this is something that if you have questions, please let me know and I can help you out. Okay, so let me pull that up here on my screen. All right, so here's that Modern Native Americans assignment, right? And that's just a Google Doc. You'll follow the directions there. And then I also put this little document on here called How to Join a Class in Newsela. And depending on if you have a Newsela account or if you don't, you're going to follow different directions. So if you have a Newsela account, you'll follow the directions on the left. If you do not have a Newsela account, you're going to follow the directions on the right there. Okay? And once you've done that, you'll have access to all the articles that you need for that Modern Native Americans activity there. Okay? Again, this is something, if you have questions, please let me know and I can help you out. While we're on this page, I just want to point out, you have a Zoom link here. So for our office hours, again, Thursdays and Mondays, 3:15 to 3:45, all you have to do is click on this and it'll log us into your Zoom, all right? So I'll meet you there if you would like to come talk to me during those times, okay? You can also always just send me an email if you just have a quick question or need clarification on something. That's always there for you. But if you want to come talk to me face to face, we can do that via Zoom using this link over here in your Schoology page. All right. All right, that is all I have for you. Next week, I'm going to be doing a similar video that I'll be posting in the exact same spot that I post this one, in that Unit 2 notes folder. So you can find that there next week as well. I'll also be sending out weekly emails to you and your parents so that everybody's on the same page, right? But like I said before, communicate with me if you have any questions or concerns. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to seeing you come back to class, all right? Bye.